truth, it's not that easy. Like, I like the truth too. A lot of people, they may be happy believing in a religion, doing a ritual that makes them feel good and whatever. For them, they're feeling good, but they're hurting the rest of people. Believing in a religion, so it's making them good, feel good, but that doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. It make you feel good, and it's good.
Don't worry about what other people do. Just do what's good for you. What makes you happy?
Look, we live in a society, Frank. I don't know. I think I can express myself, and that's how I believe. We live in a society, so what people do, I learn, and I learn from people's mistakes and my experience. So I couldn't talk about my experience. I couldn't talk about people. I think it's worth talking about.
Okay, that's fine. You're talking about it. If you think it's worth talking about, that's what you've been doing. You've been expounding on that subject for the past 10
And
minutes.
it's fine, Frank. You seem like triggered by me. Like, did I trigger you?
I don't have a trigger on me.
Okay, I'm sorry if I said anything, but I'm not trying to virtue signal that I'm good or whatever. I
Yeah, that's fine. I'm I'm telling you that's fine, and you keep repeating yourself. That's There's no
It's okay.
trigger
I
involved.
it's myself, Frank. I don't think, and I say my opinion. Like when you tell me, oh, I don't think about other people. I like to think about other people. It's my freedom
Oh,
of speech.
okay. If you, I didn't know that. If you like to think about other people, that's great.
Yeah, and I think, you know what? I think there's nothing wrong with that. This room is also talking about religious people, right? I don't have any problem with that, right? If somebody is religious, he can come here and demonstrate that the topic of this room is wrong, or you get what I mean? So I think people should express themselves, in my word.
Yeah, you can express yourself. You've been dominating the room for the past 10 minutes or more.
Not really. And there is nothing wrong. You know, I was listening actually before you joined. And then I contributed, and it's fine. I don't know, Frank, why you kind of blame me for things that I didn't really do. It's fine.
Wait,
What I'm
no,
doing.
look. All I'm saying is that you keep repeating yourself. That's all I'm saying.
You see, you keep
You can
repeating yourself. You said it like 3 times, and you repeat it, and I don't care.
say that again.
You told me you keep repeating yourself like 3 times.
Yeah, because you do it over and over again.
No,
The first time was enough. I
I.
understand where you're coming
But
from.
you know, Frank, it's not a good attitude in my opinion. Like I.
You can judge me however you want. That's fine.
You are
Just
judging me.
just be happy, Zaki.
It's
Just
not
be
a good
happy.
attitude.
However you figure out how to be happy, that's
I
fine.
think you know you are not religious, and you thought that I'm defending religion here, and you
No,
probably don't like it.
no. You keep
I'm
inventing.
defending
No,
religion. Try to
just
be
be
fair.
happy, Zaki. Be happy. Figure out your own way of being happy, and it seems like you know how to be happy. So that's fine. That's great.
Not really, not really. I'm telling you what works for me, what didn't work. I might like the happiest. I'm probably maybe not the happiest in this room, or maybe average, right? I don't think I'm the happiest or whatever, but I talk about my experience because I used to be like an extreme rational atheist, and I kind of change. I look at life in a metaphorical way, and that give me a lot of meaning in my life. When I share it with other people, I can tell them, look, you don't need to believe in the religion, but actually looking at life in a metaphorical way may kind of help to have more meaning and more happiness in life. And I think I'm spreading good message. I think I'm spreading like a message that can help a kid or a young guy, you know, like kind of lost, or having a vision of a world only atoms and nothing really matter and no right and wrong and subjectivity, right? It's okay. We can disagree and it's fine. I respect all opinions, but that's how I think, you know. That's my opinion, and I may be wrong. I don't think I'm always right.
I wonder how religious people discriminate their fellows, their relatives.
How
Stupid
they
atheists like that.
how they discriminate?
Yeah, because that's like I've seen movements of LGBT. I've seen movements of abortion against abortion, but never seen a march, not even a protest against atheists. And these services, oh, discrimination within their families, or they experience discrimination in their workplace. I think LGBT group is more discriminated nowadays, and that affects the. But if you're an atheist, you hold the truth based on facts. But how are you gonna feel discriminated if you hold the truth? You hold uh, factual information. That's nonsense. Feeling discriminated, and you know it.
I don't quite understand what you mean.
You didn't understand?
No.
Okay, if you hold the truth, you know that this is not true. How a person can go to heaven, resurrected after 3 days of decomposition of his body, and they believe that. But according to science, that's nonsense.
Yeah,
And
well,
you feel discriminated.
go with science and accept the science and move on. There's no more really discussing. If the
But you
science
feel
if the
discriminated.
science disagrees with religious dogma, just go with the science.
But why atheists feel discriminated then? They say they believe that they feel discriminated, but
Who says that?
uh, atheists.
Where? I'm
No,
an
I think
atheist.
they are discriminated, Rick. What do you mean they are not discriminated?
Yeah, I'm an
They have
atheist, and I
atheist
don't
in
feel
a Arab word.
discriminated.
They can say they are atheist.
I
You
feel
can go to jail.
discriminated by Muslims and Christians.
Most Christians ignore atheists. Muslims are a little more intolerant.
This is true.
Depending with Christian, like if you're talking about Latin America and Africa, they don't like atheists. In the West, it's more open-minded and what.
Well,
I'm going to mumble, and everybody going to listen to me and Enrique to mumble and make no sense.
Yeah, you'll just be like everybody else. The mumbling mumbles. The mumbling mumbler.
I'm just curious here, so don't feel that atheists are discriminated, but trust me, if a president or congressperson comes out as openly atheist, trust me, they would not win.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
But they would feel affected in their emotions. No, right? They shouldn't.
Mm,
They shouldn't because they hold the truth. They hold more factual
Yes,
information.
in the US, like a president who played the religious card is more likely to win.
Yeah, but as an individual, it wouldn't affect you. It shouldn't affect you. What they think, what others think. Like Pablo lives in Egypt. It's Muslim country, so Pablo is so atheist, an aggressive atheist towards his former religion. But he shouldn't be depressed. That depressing us in a non-secular country, because he holds the truth. He holds more science, more factual things, facts, figures, statistics, evidence, proofs. You know, that's what I don't get it sometimes. If you know it's a lie, how are you gonna feel affected that much?
Yeah, but Pablo, because he live around people who don't tolerate that, so they will mistreat you, and you may even not expose what you believe in because they don't accept it. And when a human live in this way, I mean, your life quality go down. You feel
I,
like a
I agree
hypocrite.
with you, yeah. Absolutely.
See, the problem is you got people out here who, okay, let's say you have two presidents running, one who is somewhat religious, doesn't claim to be any specific religion, then you have someone who's openly atheist. People will not vote for the openly atheist person because a lot of people feel, even if they're not Christian or anything, they believe atheists have no morals whatsoever. And they'll be dangerous to be president or prime minister or whatever.
Yeah.
So people have this great fear against people who are openly atheist.
Probably even if they're atheists themselves, maybe. And I'm talking about society, not like some individuals. Society overall, even those who don't care about religion at all, they may prefer somebody who tells them that in God we trust.
Yeah. I mean, I just, even someone who's not religious, someone who's like, let's just say they're either agnostic or whatever. They still, some people have this fear of having a atheist president or atheist leader.
Well, it's never been put to the test, so I'm not sure about that.
Actually, there is data on exactly what Otto is talking about, and it's international.
Sorry, what, Frank, hang on a second. Frank, what do you mean put to the test? What do you mean?
I mean, there hasn't been, if we're talking about the United States, I mean, there are other countries where atheists have, been leaders, but in the United States, if somebody is running for president, we haven't had an instance where they have been openly atheist. I mean, it's kind of like a Catholic. There never was a Catholic running until, or never did a Catholic win until John Kennedy.
But why would somebody run for president as an atheist if people ran as atheists for Senate and whatnot, and that failed? You follow me on that, though, Frank? The logic?
No, I understand what you're saying, but my point simply is we haven't had an instance where a person ran as an atheist, so we haven't had that test. We don't know.
The whole thing is they have done surveys asking people if a president ran for as an atheist, an openly atheist person, if they would vote for him, and a lot of people said no.
Aren't the libertarian candidates usually atheists?
They never openly, but the thing is, even if someone is atheist, they don't openly say they're atheist. They keep it hidden. They keep it quiet.
Libertarians?
They may. Yes.
Yeah, it hasn't been put to the test.
Wow.
It hasn't. That's the whole. I agree with Frank on this because no one has actually sit there and said openly, "I am an atheist."
Bernie Sanders, he did, no?
No. Bernie Sanders never said he was atheist.
People have ran for Senate though, and governor, and the House, and they've openly said that they're an atheist, and they never got elected. They got nowhere near elected.
And that proves my point.
How about the rest of the planet? What about atheists in other countries getting elected openly? Open atheists getting elected? Does that happen?
Oh, I can see in China and stuff like that. Yes, but
they don't elect the leaders in China.
Well, China's not exactly a great example of open democracy.
No, that's true. That's true.
Some people are elected in China. It's not.
In the Politburo, the election is within the Politburo, among the few top people at the top of the government.
Right.
Elect the leader.
Right.
And that doesn't count.
No.
Well, that's the way it used to be here in the U.S. I mean, seriously, it used to be that way. As long as you own property and stuff, you could vote. And then later on, they opened it up to everybody.
Well, right now in the United States, you don't even have to be a citizen to vote. You can just be an undocumented alien and still get to vote.
That's correct. All they do is they put them on buses at the border, and then they drive them right to the polling stations and say, "Start voting for Biden." Yes, that happens every election.
Yeah, they chain them up. They chain them up outside in the lineup to the election booth.
Sydney, do you believe that statement Bill Lee just made?
What did he say?
He said they pick people up at the border and drive them to polling stations and tell them to vote for Biden.
Well, why wouldn't I? I don't live in the United States, and he does.
Oh, well, he. I didn't know you didn't live in the United States. Where do you live, Sydney?
In Canada.
Ah, Canada. Okay. Well, that was funny what Bill said. Canada, nice country. I like Canada. Got relatives in Canada. I have childhood friends in Canada.
I like just like their coins with the little beaver on it.
Hey, Frank, did you ever consider going to Canada though during the whole draft thing? Was that ever a thought?
No, I volunteered to go to Vietnam.
Yeah. Well, so did my father, but I know people at the university where I went to. You know, they fled to Canada or Mexico.
All right, yeah. I don't care what they did.
Well, I don't blame them for doing that though.
I don't blame them. But, yeah. You know, you make your own decisions in life. I made my decision. They make their decisions. They live their lives as they see fit. I don't care what they do.
If they're gonna do a draft, they need to do it. They need to be equal with it. And a senator's son needs to go to.
Who cares about the draft? That was 50 years ago.
They could bring it back at any time. Go ahead, Otto.
No, most of what I saw people got pissed off about people dodging draft dodgers and stuff was mostly just civilian people bitching about it. Mostly military people were like, they didn't want to be there anyhow. They didn't want to be in Vietnam. So they didn't really care about people dodging the draft.
I don't think the issue was never going to Vietnam. The issue was like, full on, total fucking warfare. The issue, because we had lots of advisors under Kennedy over there, didn't we? Like a few thousand even advisors and doing this and that, and we gave them arms. It really crossed the line though when LBJ had to escalate everything. If LBJ had not escalated things, then I think things would have been fine. He wouldn't have escalated all that nonsense.
Well, yeah. I mean, that wasn't even our war to begin with. So anyhow, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with us being over there. South Vietnam was an ally of ours. We're doing whatever. We're going to do stuff for them. But then having us fight their war for them, no, that's a horrible idea.
Yeah, that was. I agree.
Because I wonder about the whole premise of that. I wonder if Vietnam would have gotten as out of control as it got if we had stayed in that advisory capacity. I wonder if South Vietnam might have lasted a little longer. I don't know. It's a good question. But in Afghanistan, this is the more relevant stuff today. Yeah, we go there, we cause a big ruckus. We tell them we're gonna watch their back, and what do? We leave. And all these people that fought for us ended up getting executed by the Taliban. That's great. That's America for you. So, next topic, Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about America is so depressing.
Well, I wanted to add to that though that they're also busing the Canadians at the border down to vote for Biden as well.
They what? Busing the Canadians? What?
All the Canadians at the border, we're busing them in to vote for Biden as well.
All the Canadians at the border trying to get into the United States.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing there aren't any other countries around the border because Bill Lee would be naming each one of them and making up the same stories.
Well, he's a storyteller, Billy.
Yeah, obviously, Sydney. I agree.
He's very good at storytelling.
To be fair though, Canadians do line up at the border for our gasoline. This is a fact that they do for real.
I don't know of any.
Well, you want to pay $3.50 a liter in Canada or pay $1.20?
There are those who live very close to the border along the long border that'll do that. I agree. But those people who just drive less than 20 minutes to get to the border, or 10 minutes to get to the border, yeah, I can see them doing it, but I wouldn't do it because it's a hell of a long drive.
They give them the ultimatum. They say if you want the gas, you got to vote for Biden. Okay, that's how it works.
Okay, it'll be Biden gas. The Biden crime family will actually own all the gas pumps along the border.
There you go. Hey, what's the latest?
White House.
What's the latest on the gun charge against Hunter? Has that changed at all since last time that you checked?
What's the one?
Hunter Biden. You're mentioning the Biden crime family, so I brought up the gun charge against Hunter Biden. Has that changed at all?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that there's still the tax thing that he pled not guilty to. So that's got to be resolved as well.
The tax thing is gone. The gun thing was the only one that could still be out there.
Maybe. But he's going to give the whole excuse of, I was on a 4-year bender and I was really out of control. He's just going to just grovel for forgiveness kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is not a practical defense, although it might work for him.
Peter.
Welcome, Peter.
People. Oh, what was the old thing? What was the old thing? Oh, peeps. Hello, peeps. Haven't heard that for a while. Peeps.
Where did that come from in your head?
Oh, it's peeps is like people. A lot of people on the internet and YouTubers refer to that peeps. That obviously that's out of fashion now. Peeps. You all.
Yeah.
Well,
you can bring it back into fashion if you use it long enough, or often enough.
I know, that's right.
There you go.
No.
So everybody who joins the room, it's a welcome, peeps. Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome.
That's it.
Peeps.
That's it. That's
welcome, peep.
Peep.
The peeps are here. Join the peeps. Or you can make it up. You're a marketing genius.
Hey, Zachy, you don't hurt me. I don't know why you keep inventing that statement. You've made it many times in the past.
It's part of his troll. It's how he trolls.
Oh, Zachy's all troll.
Zachy's not a troll.
He's a total troll.
Probably friends think I'm trolling him, but I was genuinely saying opinion.
Zachy, you may be smoking something, but you don't hurt me. Don't worry.
That's an actually, because I'm in my full mental capacity, right? But I think you were a little bit aggressive to me, which it's okay. But in case like you think I was trolling or purposely, like it was my genuine opinion. Yeah.
I don't think you were trolling me. I don't think you were hurting me. I don't have any negative.
About yourself.
I don't have any negative opinions about you.
People, why you talk about people? I said this guy doesn't want me to say anything or what?
What?
Like when I talk about my experience, you tell me, oh, you're talking about yourself, you are a good person. Then when I talk about other people, you tell me why you are talking about other people. I say, no matter what I say, this guy, why he's offended?
I don't get offended. Look, again, Zachy, listen, you don't hurt me, you don't offend me, you don't troll me. You got it?
Yeah, actually, it's my genuine opinion. Trust me. It's like I genuinely think like this. Yeah. Because I don't know, like I was kind of trying to give argument that believing in certain things, even if it's not true, it has a placebo effect. and being like very rational and harsh and seeing reality, you may lose on happiness. And I was giving an example. But then it turned out, okay, you are telling us how good you are. And I said, why are you sending me this? Why? Maybe probably because when you say that you don't care about people's happiness, and I told you, no, I do care. Like I'm virtue signaling that I'm better than you, but that's not what I meant at all. And I'm sorry if I said anything, Frank. I'm sorry because, yeah, I respect you and I don't want to have problem with you at all. And I think we should not.
How many times do I have to tell you you are not causing any problems for me?
Yeah, this is like going in a circle.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We move on. Next topic, as Wanton say.
Wanton, coming up with the next topic. I think a quantum is full of topics.
Greece.
Oh, go ahead, Peter.
Greece is going to be training the Ukrainians to fly F-16s, donated by, I think, France or somewhere, but Greece is going to train them. But this is all going to happen at the end of the year.
They need to be trained by the end of the year.
Yeah, I think, yeah, something like that. But that's what I mean. It's going to take the
Why?
end of the year.
I don't see why it takes so long. It just doesn't mean it.
Well,
I understand all the. I understand.
You're sitting in an $8 billion machine. You know, you got to know.
I know. Okay, I understand that, but
yeah,
flying is, you know, in World War II, they trained the pilots, and then they put them in Spitfires, and off they went. Right. So today the flying and the maneuvering is, you know, it's obviously similar, but more, you know, just better.
Similar.
Now, as far as
but it also takes certain number of months to train people in tanks. The modern tanks today, the Leopards and the Abrams and things like that. You might have driven a tank before, but the sophistication of the Western equipment that Ukraine does not have, it takes months to train. Come on. Really takes months, you know, and you really got to know what you're doing because, as I say, it's $8 billion machines, everything. So it takes a long time. Tanks, planes, whatever.
It doesn't take
months.
If they started training today, they'd be ready by the end of the year.
Oh yes, but they haven't got the planes yet because everything takes time. You know, they've got to get the planes.
I think that we've all been sort of psyoped. I think what's going to happen is that by the end of the year, all of a sudden, these hundreds of F-16s are going to appear with hundreds of trained pilots, and it'll change. And Ukraine will achieve air superiority through the surprise move, and it'll pretty much be overs for Russia.
And then Biden will take all the credit and be re-elected.
No, he probably won't survive until the next election. I'm not sure that he's going to survive. He doesn't look well.
Nah, he'll be all right. I mean, he hasn't been running the country. It's all the people.
It's not a matter of whether he's running the country. He just doesn't look well as a human being. You know, his grandpa should be in the old age home.
But, you know, he's on record there by saying, my people have told me I can't say that, or my people have said I can't answer that. So that means he's been controlled. You know, he's not, you know, we know that.
Mm-hmm.
We know that. He's not running the fucking country.
No, absolutely not.
Not with that meant, you know, his health and everything. But yeah, next year, I mean, that's why this war will go on into next year, and then something major is going to happen because it's an electoral year. The war, I said this a week or so ago, next year it's going to, you know, something's going to big. They might even let NATO, Ukraine become a member of NATO, irrespective. They might do that because all the countries want it, but they're not following the protocol of, you know, you can't be in war, you've got to have no corruption, you've got to have a stable government, you know, all these conditions for NATO, but they might let him in. if the war continues next year, because it's got to stop. You know what I mean?
It's a matter of who is when the money stops. When does the money stop coming into Ukraine?
Look, America just keeps giving the money.
Yeah, I understand that, but that's not going to happen forever.
I know. But see, like, you look at all the money that we all talk about this countless times. Look at all the money they've been sending over to Ukraine for so-called democracy. They could have funded universal health care for 10 years. You see?
Yeah,
military,
absolutely.
they could have funded universal health care in America for 10 years with all this money going over there.
Yeah, we
Trillions
could point out all the hypocrisy that we can find and never get to the end of the list.
I know. That's a sad point, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
I'm just trying to get Marwan says he can't hear us, and I'm trying to sort him out. Marwan, press the settings button to the top right of your name. Oh, sorry. Press the settings.
You got to press the cog. The cog wheel.
Press the cog wheel at the top. Yeah, and then device.
And then it's got all the settings in there. And
choose
a cog wheel.
Yeah, choose your speakers, and then you'll hear us. Good idea. The cog wheel. I was never quite sure what to call it.
Yeah, see. It's the easiest one. Wheel and a cog, like a watch.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Otto, welcome back. What's going on?
Poopy butt.
Too bad, man. You know, it doesn't happen to everybody, but, you know, I'm sorry that happened to you.
I was wearing my Depends, so it don't matter.
Don't depend on Depends, because they leak.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you see? Verified by our Depends enabler.
Oh. It's a freaking Tuesday and I'm already drunk. What the hell?
All right, you're on holiday, right?
No.
Then what? Okay, so tell us about your Tuesday since you woke up. Did you wake up to go to work, or did you wake up to?
Yeah, I worked all day. Got up, got to work around 7:15, and worked till almost 5 o'clock. And then because we got this machine going, I got everything going on the machine, got these things corrected. All of a sudden now the CEO wanted to take me out to dinner, and I got drunk. And
okay. What kind of information did he want to pry out of you?
Nothing. We just sat around and talked, hung out, talked about different stuff, fishing, boating, stuff like that.
Who took you to dinner?
The CEO.
Oh, okay.
So we all just hung out. Got me and the project engineer I was working with on the thing we're working on right now.
Oh, so you all went out? It wasn't just you and him?
No, it was me and the project engineer. We all got pretty much toasted.
And what were you celebrating?
Just getting the project running. Everything seems to be going pretty good, so.
Okay. But why were you working at 5? You meant to finish at 3.
Yeah, we ran into some problems, had to get some things fixed, and then
Okay.
once we got
So you made it up to you with dinner and drinks.
Well, yeah, that's right. Took
Fair
you to
enough.
dinner, so you can't complain that somebody takes you to dinner. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
and it was even nice enough to even get my wife something to eat.
Oh, so you didn't go to Outback then? Oh, I know that. You didn't go there.
Well, I posted what I ate. I
have a look.
You're one of these people who take a photo of their dinner when they go out?
I took a photo. Actually, it was a photo for my wife because she wanted to see what I was eating. She was at home with our daughter. Our daughter had her wisdom teeth taken out.
Oh, how did that go? Yeah, I remember that.
She's just miserable right now.
Yeah, she will be until tomorrow.
Yeah. She had to get all 4 of them pulled.
Oh, time? Holy shit! Why you do that? Oh,
It's the pain. It's all just about pain.
Hey, look, just blame that on me. That's my genes because I had to do the same thing when I was 17. I had to get all my wisdom teeth pulled at the same time because they decided to all come in.
You stand up and go to the front of the class, and everybody here throw tomatoes. Throw tomatoes at him for his bad genes.
Have 2 pulled out and go back 2 or 3 weeks later and get the other 2? Shit.
Well, with me, I couldn't because I had braces on at the time, and all 4 of them were coming in all crooked and pushing my teeth around.
Okay,
Now, my daughter, on the other hand, she has straight teeth, so they wanted to keep it from messing up her teeth, so they had to pull all 4.
Yeah.
So.
Oh well, she's on some good. What's she?
She's on ibuprofen.
She's on opioids, I bet you.
No, she's on ibuprofen or something. That's it.
No, you're more.
What is she on? What is she? What do they? It's not even prescription. You just buy it.
No, something like
over
that.
The counter.
You need a prescription drug. You need something. It's a drug called Endon, and it's
yeah. But who cares? Who cares? What was she prescribed then?
I don't know. She has a bunch of pills up on by her bedside, so I didn't really look at it.
I've just had dentist work done. Right? They give you anti-inflammatory, and they'll give you amoxicillin so that no infection.
Anti-infection,
they'll give you antibiotics, an anti-inflammatory. And a painkiller, and a heavy painkiller.
Do they give you a blue pill called Viagra as well? Why the hell not?
No, that's when they give you that as a reward afterwards and said you did very well. You can take the blue pill now.
Have an erection.
See, 29 years of marriage, I can't even have that anymore. I'm not allowed to have that. Can't even have an erection anymore. Not allowed.
Oh well, nature has been not very kind to you, huh?
No, says no. You can't have that.
Well, enjoy the root canal. Yeah.
Because you can't have that no more because that little thing of yours caused babies and that cost us money. So no more. Put that thing away.
No, I think his wife's read the rule book to him and said, "That's it, buddy.
That's it.
We've done our time."
It's staying in your pants.
Yeah,
it's staying right there.
Now let's go more to Harvey's or something.
Yeah.
No, but I got her. I got some scallion thing. Oh my god, scallops were so good.
Yeah.
Oh,
did you have a date night? Is that how it worked out?
Well, I was just hanging out with the CEO and the project engineer, so we're just all hanging out. But my wife couldn't come, so I got her dinner and brought it home. She got duck.
Yeah.
When you go out with the CEO, that gives you permission to order the most expensive thing on a menu. Go for it. Absolutely. Yes.
Usually they take you out to dinner the day before they fire you.
No, I don't think they waste that money on you. Not today. They just send you an email, text message. You're fired. Don't come in.
Well, they'll probably wait a couple days because I still got to get this project finished. So.
Oh, okay. What's today? So you got till the weekend. At least you're safe till then.
Yeah, I'm safe till the weekend.
Yeah.
Look, Anthony's safe because he's the golden boy down there. The sun shines out of Anthony's ass down there. They love him. So
well, if that was true, then
it is true.
Anthony would be taking them out to dinner to say thank you for me being the sunshine.
I could have done that too. I had my own company card, so it didn't matter. But they said they use theirs. I'm like, it don't matter to me. Still the company's paying for it.
Right.
You see, Anthony's on that level. You were trying to trick him, think, oh, no, you got a company card. Yes.
I got
He's got
American.
corporate- That's what happens when you're on the salary. That's why you have to work till 5 and things because you're on salary.
Yeah, I don't get paid any extra time. Trust me.
No.
Jesus
Yeah, but they
Christ.
pay you
Yeah,
like
no.
$500,000 anyway. So why are you being greedy?
Oh, I don't get paid $500,000. I wish I got paid
Okay,
$500,000. That'd be cool.
$250,000. Okay, I'm exaggerating. But I don't think I'm over exaggerating by too much.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, maybe there's no 50 there.
See, the thing is with Anthony, he's got the value. See, he's worked on a lot of old machinery and things like that. And you go around a lot of plants today, and if you got old machinery, nobody knows what to do.
Yeah, but
Anthony
he's a $200,000 a man a year asset. Because that's what he's
worth. In a couple of
worth.
years, Anthony's going to go out by himself and he's going to be called a troubleshooter, charging big bucks to solve the problem, troubleshooter.
But that's having your own business and having the hassle.
Yeah, that's the only problem I had doing that, because I did that for a couple of years. That's fine.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, but you have to pay for your own insurance. That's outrageous. Good God.
Look, there's upside and downside. Yes, you're right. When you own your business, there's hours work, doing we call it MYOB.
Well, I think that I have to recognize the chat room, and Phantom Prophet is busy typing away in the chat room. So I am watching you. I am trying my best to communicate with you, but I'm focusing on the chat room, the voice room. So I do see it, Phantom, but and I'm watching you, so I acknowledge all your posts.
Yeah.
Medical stuff, because she has medical issues, so I got to take that. So unfortunately, I got to work for somebody. Otherwise, it was kept going.
In say 10 years or maybe 8 years, you might want to retire and then do that again. At the end.
Oh yeah, definitely.
As a troubleshooter. So that's a valued, you might retire early, or even when you retire at the right age, semi-retirement. I'm a troubleshooter. Yeah, it's good. Good. Very good.
Well, they're finally, Peter. They're finally pushing the climate control for the facility.
The what?
The air conditioning for the facility.
Oh, air conditioning, not dehumidifiers?
Well, it's still going to be somewhat of a dehumidifier, but it's going to be somewhat air conditioning too. So so they're pushing for that. So they actually realize that they need to use it, because we did some testing and stuff, and it proved that it got rid of a lot of the issues that they have, and now they're like, well, I guess we got to do it. It's like,
well, basically, all this summer, you've had issues with the machines because of the temperature, external temperature. You've had those problems. They've been logged there. So it's not like one or two. You've been constantly having problems because of the heat.
Yeah, the humidity. It's like after the rain and everything, we had a rain and it jumped up to 90 degrees after the rain. I told my boss that morning, I was like, we're going to get calls constantly all day for these machines. He goes, well, how do you know? And all of a sudden as he says that, all of a sudden we heard it over the intercom, calling the maintenance to the machines and stuff. And I was like, just saying.
Just saying. Yes, they got the memo. The memo's been received.
Yeah. So now they realize it, and they're like going, okay. I'm like, well.
But that's huge, though, isn't it? That's huge.
Yes.
They've realized it. They've realized it. That's huge. Oh, that's great news. That's really good.
Yeah. So somehow I got thrown into tooling design too now, because I'm not a tool design engineer. But yeah, somehow they threw me into that because I know some of it. I ain't an expert at it, but I know enough of it. I'm like, I told him, I was like, I'm not going to sit there and design a mold from scratch, but I tell you how to correct a few things. But other than that, I ain't going to sit there. I can't tell you what size, what Rockwell to use for certain steels and stuff like that.
That's engineering, brother.
When it comes to tooling stuff like that, I'm not 100%.
No.
But yeah, they don't. Oh, God, they don't have a lot of people. I'm just like, ugh. People are a trick.
Yeah, well, maybe we just have to look at this salary business then. You wanted me to do this and you want me to do that, and maybe check the salary.
Oh, I've already discussed that, and they're
Good.
already talking about moving it up.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Well, talk is cheap. When are they going to move it up?
I agree, Sydney.
So why are they talking about it?
It's only just been enacted, Sydney. You know, we've got to wait time. This has only just happened about broaching the subject about money. So just give it time.
No, it should be done right away. So it's not so nobody should be kept waiting.
Oh, it's got to go in front of this committee, and then it's got to pass that committee and go to another committee, and then the other person says, the other person at the end says, "Who is this man anyway?"
The big boss can make a decision on the spot.
No.
Yeah, they always play that game though. It's like we gotta put this through corporate and da.
Bullshit.
Got to go to human relations first. Human relations up to the manager, and from the manager there.
Send an email to human resources with the amount of the increase, and that's it. That's all the CEO, the big boss has to do.
Now we went to a place downtown. It's called Level 10, which is like on the penthouse suite.
Anything that's got level 10, it's expensive and exclusive. Something that name, like Studio 54, level 10, money.
It's a nice place. I mean, you're paying almost $100. You're almost $100 a person at least.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Level 10. In Sydney, we've got places like that. When you got a name like that, make sure you got wallet, or your credit card with you. Level 10. Level 41. We've got a place called Level 41, actually.
So the higher the better, or the lower the better?
Well, Level 41 is a revolving restaurant, way up there in Centre Point, big tower.
How much you go up there for a meal? How much do you pay for your part, for your portion?
Look, I sit down there with a cup going, money for the poor. I sit down there with a card, looking all.
Peter's there with, ripped up jeans.
I know people have got money, but the only problem is they don't have money. They got fucking credit cards, those type of people. They have no money in their wallets. There's no use sitting there with a
Hey, now. I don't carry money.
Hey, now we're getting
you're one of the big. See, you see, there you go.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, class struggle,
man. I always have homeless people sitting going, I don't carry money on me, dude. Sorry.
No.
This is how class warfare breaks out, everybody.
Well, could I have your Visa card then, sir? Would that be okay?
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Here you go. Oh, my God. I'm drunk, but not that damn drunk.
I like the videos that this guy's got like $500 and he says something to somebody and they just piss him off. And he says something to go up to somebody and says, this black man, he said, can I borrow your bike? And the black man, the older man, he said, oh, sure, you take my bike. Anyway, the guy come back and said, you're the only one that did something for me. Here's $500. Yeah?
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen those.
Yeah. Isn't that good,
Mm-hmm.
People just blow him off. No, then he goes up to somebody else and somebody does something good. He says, here's $500.
I like the one where he went up to this one black lady asking for, what was he asking for? Helping with some food or something like that, or gasoline or something. And she just started going this whole tirade about, I don't have money to be given, going off on him. He goes up to this other person, ends up giving him money, and he just like, oh, thank you, sir. And he turns around and gives this guy like a $500 or $1,000, and this woman is watching the whole damn time, and she's just pissed now. Had that pissed off, like, ugh. It's like, hey,
Yeah, it's basically finding out who is
Karma.
that good Samaritan.
Yeah,
You know, that's all it is.
It's just
Who's the
karma,
good Samaritan here?
yeah.
And a lot of times it's a poorer person. You'd think a wealthy person, no, they blow them off. It's a poorer person who does a nice thing, you know?
Yeah.
Well, that's the one I saw, the black man on his bike, you know? He didn't have
Yeah.
money, but he said, okay, take my bike.
No, but I just don't carry cash on me. I don't. I just used to living in big cities, and you just don't carry a lot of cash on you.
Do you know what? I was doing that up until 6 months ago. But the thing is, if you do 10 transactions with your card, that's a $2.50 fee. So that's over $10, you see? So now what I do is I take out $1,000, and however that lasts me, and I use cash, because it's actually cheaper to use cash than, because you're paying, you know, fees. Every time you might just buy something for, you know, a bottle of Coke at a store. That's $2 fee for the credit card charge. I just thought, what am I doing? So I did the same. I thought, no, I'm using cash.
I remember back in the 90s, there was no charges on any kind of ATM fees or nothing, as long as your ATM matched up with their ATM. Like if it was a Cirrus card or whatever it was, it'd sit there and wouldn't charge you.
Yes.
But I remember when, was it? It was First Union. That was the name of the bank. First Union started charging 25 cents if you used any other bank but theirs. And then every bank started jumping on that.
Well, every bank basically charges here $2.50. It's $2.50.
But it used to never be that way back in the early 90s. And all of a sudden, wham, everybody started doing it. Everybody started charging fees for this, fees for that.
Yeah.
Now, like a lot of these gas stations, you have to buy so much before they'll let you use a card now, because otherwise they lose money. Because they get charged. They get charged every time they use a ATM card at their store. So it's like you got to buy at least $5 worth of something before we'll let you use the card thing. Otherwise, we lose money.
Because I was sitting back and, you know, when I first did it, I don't know what, it just clicked into me. You know, I'm just going back and I think, oh, that's right. I go there and I buy something there and I buy something there with my card and something there, and all of a sudden I had $10 of fees.
I have to take my dog out for a walk. And also I just noticed that Billy got banned for 360 days.
What? For what?
I'll be right back. For sharing.
What?
For sharing inappropriate. Hold on. Sharing inappropriate content.
Huh? What inappropriate content did he share?
I don't know.
What the huh?
Let's see if I can share a screen with you.
But he hardly posts anything in the back chat.
I know, that's what I was saying. I'm looking at the back chat.
I don't even know if he knows how to do that.
No. It says admin has banned Billy because sharing inappropriate content.
Right. Okay, I'll be back. I've got to go and walk my dog.
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's really funny because he never posts anything. I've never seen anything. I've never seen anything in the back.
That's weird.
But wasn't he on this? Wasn't he here? I thought I saw him in the
That's
room.
what I'm saying. This just happened. Happened.
No.
If you look down, you scroll down. 4 minutes ago, he got banned.
Oh, I see.
Says admin has banned Billy.
Yeah. I see it. Inappropriate content. No, he's probably posting something about Joe Biden. No wonder they banned him. Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on.
Here we go. Remember when we talked about this? Remember, a couple of years back, they were allowing certain things, but if you talked about vaccinations or COVID, you'd be banned, and certain things would be allowed, and other things weren't allowed. You remember back then they were going crazy about 2 years ago on the YouTube, what they were banning and who they were banning subject on YouTube. But I don't know.
This platform get glitchy sometime. Maybe they're gonna fix it if Billy didn't share any inappropriate content for real, because there is a lot of bug on this platform.
Yeah, but someone had to send out something to an admin to get him banned.
He's got to be reported, no? Don't you have to be reported before admin becomes aware of?
Yes.
So he's got it. Somebody reported him.
Who is the admin?
Whoever controls the whole. You got different admins in here. I thought, I could be wrong. I thought Zachy was an admin. But certain people end up working for this company for Free for Talk.
I always thought Zachy could have been a double agent. Now I know. Yeah.
So I don't know. My thing is, if they ban me, that'd be fine with me. I don't care.
Did Billy share anything in the back chat?
No, that's the funny part.
He never posts anything. He never posts. He doesn't post anything.
The only thing he posted earlier. See, I had to reload earlier, so it clears out the thing. But he didn't load anything nasty. So I don't know what the whole deal is. Whatever.
Well, but after sharing something, someone can report it.
Yeah, but if the admin comes in and looks at it and says, okay, that's nothing bad or whatever.
Yeah, I can take a look at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They diagnose the situation.
Yeah.
Well, Dan, maybe see, he posted something for Biden's 9 arrests, no jail time, and then he was banned. That's it. Told you.
Really?
I don't know. I'm just saying, because that's the only thing. I'm just looking at what he posted. I'm just looking at what Billy posted, and that's really the only thing I could think.
If that's the reason, that's a bunch of bullshit.
I know.
Weird.
I know. It's critical.
Oh God.
Maybe we should take a look at the.
He posted that at 12:38. He posted that at 12:38, and then he's banned. I've got to be coincidental or something there.
Something don't sound right. Some don't sound right.
I know. Because when 12:38, and he was banned when?
How many days?
I don't know.
Is it banned?
What is it? Usually 90 days or something.
Oh well, there is. Sometime it's 65. Sometime it's 3 to 15 or 3.
He posted that thing about the Biden's 12:38, and he was banned at 1:06. Half an hour later.
I get it now. Yeah.
Well, I'm texting him right now in the back, and he's saying he doesn't even know anything about it. He says, I left 30 minutes ago. I said, where are you? The admin banned you. And he goes, what the fuck?
360 days.
He doesn't know anything about this.
There is like a prison. There is a prison. Let me see if I can.
But surely, if you are banned, you can contact the platform and say, "What? Can you do that? Can you contact them and say what? What inappropriate material?" Or that doesn't have that option. You can't contact this platform.
Maybe it's not real. It's not real. Let me see.
Those fucking Russian hackers.
Yeah, it's not real.
Yeah, 'cause I don't know if he's banned, then how can I be having a conversation with him right now?
Yeah,
That's
it's not
right.
real. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Doesn't make sense.
That's right. Ask him to come into the room. See if he can come into the room.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to come in the room, because if you go to the homepage and you scroll all the way down, there is there is like up all the way down. There is like free for talk rules and penalties, where and there is a link you can click on, which says visit free for talk prison, and you're gonna see Billy in the prison, like Billy name and profile picture, and it's not real. Can you see it?
Hold on a second. I'm trying to.
Yeah, all the way down and the homepage. Do you see that section? Do you see the section that say free for talk rules and penalties? Be nice and polite. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be nice and polite is on the right side. The left side there is visit free for talk prison. It's like a link you can click on, and you're gonna see people who are banned. It's not real, actually.
All right. I just emailed Zachy, and he says he don't know what the hell happened. He says he has no control of this website.
Weird, isn't it? Oh, well, he's obviously not banned then, if you can have communication. So, all this klar here, commandant. What is that? All this klar here, commandant. No, all this klar here, commissar. Not commandant.
Oh my God, Commissar.
Yeah.
Don't turn around. Uh-oh. The Commissar's in town. Uh-oh. No. What? But the thing is, Peter, which version?
I know. There's a few.
Okay, now it says admin has banned Nicole.
Oh, something. There's a gremlin in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, has banned Nicole because inappropriate topic.
Well, we didn't even have a topic. You see,
Yeah,
this is all bullshit.
Yeah, something
Website
ain't
is
right.
glitchy, yeah.
This is all bullshit.
Well, this is interesting.
See, they put the lag in the YouTube chat side.
Sock on troll. Yeah, okay, come on. Do some trolling. Sock on troll. Come on.
It says I am Phantom. It's Phantom, supposedly.
Oh.
So I don't know what's going on.
You know, that's, out there in space, Something going on.
I don't know. It just doesn't sound as good as Frank Zappa's bebop music,
Oh, I love Frank Zappa's bebop. You're so good at that.
Mm-hmm. He started as a bebop. That was his big thing. He is a bebop artist. If you look him up.
Actually, it's actually wrong. It's a doo-wop.
Doo-wop. I'm sorry, doo-wop.
Doo-wop, a doo-wop, a doo-wop, a doo-wop. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Frank Zappa was very big on doo-wop.
He was the king. He was the king of doo-wop.
He was the king, like Elvis. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the doo-wop. Anybody know Frank Zappa? I bet you nobody knows Frank Zappa on this panel.
No, I
No.
don't.
No, I know.
See,
Frank Zappa is a satirical songwriter, prolific, 65 albums, not mainstream. Had songs called Joe's Garage, Don't Eat the Yellow Snow, the Eskimos and all that. And Joe's Garage was probably the biggest one that everybody know about, Joe's Garage. But anyway, Frank Zappa, check it.
Could you type his name on the chat, please?
Yeah, well, because this man
is he only a songwriter, or he sing as well? He's a singer.
yeah.
Singer, songwriter, what do you call it? Filmmaker, and actually wrote a symphony. He actually wrote a symphony, a full symphony, and the London Symphonic Orchestra played his symphony. That's how good this man is.
Oh.
Anyway.
He has 2 kids, one called Dweezil and Moonbeam.
Yeah.
So he's a little bit odd.
You know, he sends up society. Like there's one song I always sang that he sings a song. I'm moving to Montana soon. I'm going to be a dental floss tycoon. I'm going to wax it up and I'm going to wax it down. And I'm going to put it in a little white box and I'm going to sell it uptown. Moving to Montana soon. I'm going to be a dental floss tycoon. See, that's, the dental floss. He's talking about capitalism, you see. That's in a lot of songs you talk in a lot of stuff like that. Political, satirical. He sends up the Jewish girls and the valley girls that live down in the valley in America, the valley girls. I'll do anything for $50, Frank. You will? For 50? Yes, Frank, anything for $50. There's another song about that, and that's a song called Cruise Slut. I'm a cruise slut. Anyway, I'll do anything. Hey, Frank, you remember me? I was on the bus. Oh, you were wearing leather. This is in the song. That's how the song goes. Frank Zappa.
Well, guys,
and his father was a chemical warfare specialist.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
I didn't know this. We were just talking with Anthony one night. I knew he was in the military, but he made chemical weapons for the United States. Yeah. And a lot of people don't know that Jim Morrison's father was a general or something in the Vietnam War. There's quite a few musicians out there, their parents in the military. Just a little bit of trivia for you people. You better go to bed, boss.
Yeah, it's almost 11:30, and I'm pretty toasty and drunk, and I'm happy.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. You had a good day then.
Yeah, I better get out of here before someone bans me.
Like I'm there. I'm probably the only person who's going to say something inappropriate.
I know. I'm like going, Jesus criminy. Yeah, faggot, witchy bitch.
The other song, he's got a good song about wet T-shirts. Frank Zappa has a good one about wet T-shirts. See, all that sort of stuff, sending up those girls that stand there. And here comes the iced water, and you hear a girl screaming, oh, and now shake those jugs, he says, shake those jugs. What do you think, boys? What do you think about the jug? This is on the record. Yeah. Funny man, Frank Zappa.
He has a lot of albums, actually.
Oh yeah, he's got albums after albums after albums after albums after albums.
Yeah.
But it's never on the radio because his stuff's not radio. You can't put it on the radio. I think there's a couple of songs that have been on the radio. Joe's Garage, I think there's a song on there on the radio, but all the other ones not appropriate for radio. Sorry.
What's the time? Hmm.
His son Drizzle is following his path.
Well, Dweezil, I don't know, he might not do it now, but for many years he went around the world playing his father's music, and you'll find it on YouTube. Zappa plays Zappa, and took him about 4 or 5 years to learn the songs from his father because it's very complicated music. When you listen to it, you think it's music, but if you're a musician, the chord changes and the tempo changes and the structure, very difficult to play his stuff. Not easy. Very complicated musician.
Thank you. Forward.
Oh, you're already back, Sydney.
And yeah. I've got to figure out why my speakers aren't doing what I want them to do.
Do you know about Frank Zappa?
Excuse me?
Do you know about Frank Zappa?
Do I know about Frank Zappa?
Yeah, if you know about him.
Yeah.
Oh. Great.
do.
Skippy job. Tell us.
What happened? What about Frank Zappa? Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't quite following.
Yeah, Skippy just introduced it to us.
Okay. Did you guys talk while I was away? Did you guys talk about Billy's banning, or did he come in here in another?
Yeah, we were talking about this, and it seems like Billy isn't even aware about that, and it seems like it's a glitch on the system. It's like a bug.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, Phantom is here. Sock Control, old friend of mine. I don't know if you guys remember him from the G Plus days. He was he was Phantom Prophet.
Who?
Sock Control.
Sock Control. Yeah, Sock Control was waiting for you. He was yeah.
Yeah, no, he's in the room here, but he's having connection issues, I think.
Yeah.
On there, maybe it just unmute, I guess, and you're in. Oh, you just switched computers. All right.
Yeah.
As we wait eagerly.
Hello.
Good day, sir.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we hear loud and clear.
Yeah.
Big up, Sydney. How's it going, mate?
Oh, it's wonderful. Just fantastic.
How's my mic? High or low?
It's a little low.
A little low. Hold on. So I'm going through Firefox. When I tried joining, it said it's only compatible with Chrome, but I'm using Firefox. So.
Oh, is that a fact? I've only ever used Chrome, so I don't know.
I hate Chrome.
Really?
Yeah, I hate Google, even though this account's a Google account. But
why do you hate Google so much?
They're watching everything they do. Did you ever see the data breach where all the
privacy concern?
Yeah, all the Google phones were recording everything all the time.
I know. I didn't see that.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
all
how they
phones,
make
they're
money.
recording everything
Well,
all the time. Par for the course, isn't it? They're all doing it. Alexa, and they're all doing it.
Yeah.
It's what do they call it? Capture all policy. Capture everything, analyze it later.
Well, I mean, how does that affect each and every one of us?
Do you know how much lesbian porn I watch?
I do. It's about as much as I do.
Yeah, you've probably watched it on Google.
No, never on Google. I only watch it when they come to my
No, I
house
mean,
to perform in front of me.
no, I mean you've watched me watching it on Google.
Oh, in that case, so you are busted. No, I will never be busted.
No, I was just curious because I had to click the link in the end because I thought there's far more people watching and listening and partaking than are on YouTube. So
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
got to
yeah,
go,
yeah.
people.
That's true.
I've got to go, Sydney. See you
Okay,
later.
thanks for joining, man.
Yeah, I'll catch you next time.
All right,
See you,
Skippy.
people. See everyone.
Skippy
Take
skipping
care.
out.
See you, mate.
Bye.
Bye.
I was just watching from the YouTube end, and I just got the impression like, oh, hold on, I'm missing out here. So there's something.
Well, it's sometimes it's flat and boring, and sometimes it's fiery and interesting
Yeah, it's the way it goes, isn't it?
when we get talking.
No, it's good to know you're still alive and kicking though after all that COVID stuff, man. Fucking hell, it was like a human cull, weren't it?
It is a human cult.
Cull. Cull.
Cult.
Cull.
Oh, I don't. Well, I think that was the government doing it.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, because remember they were putting old people,
yeah,
sick people into old age homes and stuff like that.
yeah, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah. So when you say it's a cull, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah. Look at the money they'll be saving from pensions and stuff. Okay, in their eyes.
Well, if that's true, then it should have been across the country, don't you think?
I think give it maybe 5-10 years, there'll be another Nuremberg. There'll be another Nuremberg over this.
Oh yeah, what's your prediction? Another Nuremberg, like you mean there'll be a international criminal court or something over this?
Yeah. And the same excuses will be used.
Who will be?
I was just following orders.
Who will be the main accused standing trial?
There'll be a few sacrificial heads of government, heads of the medical industry. Bill Gates would have distanced himself by then. Soros, has anyone noticed Soros has stood down from all political involvement?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's retiring. They claim it's a massive blow to the globalist climate.
I doubt it. He's probably leaving it to one of his children who was trained to be exactly like him. So I doubt it.
Do you know about how many heart transplants that guy's had?
How many heart transplants?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that he had one.
12. Do you know how hard it is to find a suitable heart donor for one transplant? Very fucking hard.
Hold on a second. You're saying that somebody had 12 heart transplants?
Yeah. That cunt's been kept alive since late. His first one. I'm very kind of dyslexic with numbers, so don't quote me on the specific date.
How many heart attacks? How many heart transplants?
He had one in the late 90s, one in the early 2000s, one in mid 2000s, one in late 2000s, and they've got more and more reoccurring since the late 2000s. You know, the banking crisis 2008, he'd had 5. And they've managed to keep that cunt alive since then. Now tell me, what I'm getting at, what I'm nudging you towards thinking, and I can't prove it.
It would appear from researching this matter that George Soros has never had a heart transplant, much less multiple ones.
He's
So
part
you're debunked.
a organ harvesting ring.
No, you're debunked.
I'd say prove me wrong.
I just did. I read it to you.
No, you just.
I'm looking at a.
Come on, Sid.
Hold on a sec. This is what I'm reading. It would appear. Wait. You're gonna have to have respect for me for my time. Okay. So what I'm reading says it would appear from researching this matter that George Soros has never had a heart transplant, much less multiple ones. Okay, so that's what I'm quoting to you as my source. I said to you, let me finish. Now,
No, but what's the source?
Wait, just wait. Stop.
No,
don't do that to me. Stop it. Let me finish. I'm controlling the crowd here. So this is what I heard. Okay, this is what I'm reading. Now I want you to read to me what you read that said he had multiple ones. It doesn't matter the source. I just want you to read. I just want you to read it. I read you my source.
Right,
now you read me yours.
I've got to be honest. I only read it on the internet.
Well, fair enough. It doesn't mean to say that you can walk in here and say that George Soros has, had so many heart attacks and organ harvesting and blah 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 when none of it is true.
Well, hold on. When I think I found your source, which is Cura.
Yeah. Okay.
How many heart transplants has your source had? It would appear from research he's had none.
Okay. Now where's your source?
Hold on. Now you do know that if it's true, it's going to be buried deep in the Google thing, so bear with me.
All right, you go find it.
Oh, do you know what? I've just come across the name Rockefeller. I might be confusing Soros with Rockefeller. Rockefeller has had his 6th heart transplant. I might be confusing him.
Oh, so let me change to
I'll put my hands up.
How many heart transplants has Rockefeller had? I'm going to just re-ask the question.
My point is, it's very, very fucking hard to find a compatible heart transplant. For one heart transplant, it can take years. And it just seems curious to me that these people with money seem to have multiple heart transplants. I guess that's the point I want to focus on. Not so much the numbers as how many they've had, but the fact that they seem to find lots of suitable donors.
Well, do you trust Snopes?
I don't trust no one. No, none of the. I'm scrolling down. I've gone through Wiki, Steamy, Daily Mail.
Well, if you don't trust anyone, where did you get your information from?
I take the information in from all these sites. Plus, I think
but where did you get? I gave you one source. I mean, I know that you take it in from multiple sources, but just give me one.
My gut feeling. When I look at these people's eyes,
your gut feeling is your main source.
Hold on, hear me through though. Hear me through. Look in Soros's eyes and tell me that don't look like a body that's dying.
ChatGPT says David Rockefeller did not receive 7 heart transplants.
Oh, ChatGPT.
This is a false rumor that has been circulating online for several years. Mr. Rockefeller passed away on March the 20th, 2017 at the age of 101. But there is no evidence to suggest that he received 7 heart transplants during his lifetime. It's important to be cautious about believing and spreading information that has not been verified by reliable sources.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. Yeah, I would agree with
All right, so no heart transplants, 12 or more.
Hold on, slow down.
Nowhere.
I'm not trying to catch you out on anything. Please.
You don't have to. I'm just fact checking what you say.
Oh, mate, how many times do me and you have to have a debate?
I'm just fact checking what you say, dude.
I respect your point of view, and all I'm asking is for the same respect.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me finish my point of view.
Yeah. I apologize if I interrupted.
I know, but I know you're from that side of YouTube where it's always confrontational debate. But I'm not like that.
No. It's
I'm
only
like,
it's only it's only
yeah,
when
Sydney,
it's only
I'll
when
tell you what I think, and I'm happy. For
okay,
you
but you're not the only person in this room, Phantom.
yeah, I get
Okay,
that. I'm
so
pretty
just
sure.
remember that when you ask something or you've come to the end of your thought, then I might have to either answer the question or continue with my thought or give some input. But at that point, you should just stop talking until I've finished. And I'm sorry if I interrupted you. I'm wrong. But that doesn't make you right when you interrupt me. And I'm going to try and control myself.
Okay, thank you. Did you notice how there I'll let you finish? Right. All I'm saying to you is, I'm just putting forward a thought, a theory.
Yeah, but I'm debunking it.
See, you jump straight in there.
You said you're putting forward a thought, a theory. What more do you have to say? That's it.
You're going in on me again.
All right.
All I'm trying to say to you is I'm trying to outline Sydney, right? I've just got ideas and
I'll just mute while you talk.
Meanderings sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to put them forward. I trust you. I respect you. If I didn't respect you, I wouldn't even waste my time.
I don't care that you respect me. You don't respect me. It's irrelevant.
Before you. I'm actually genuinely interested in what your answer is. But you've got to let me put it out there fully myself first before you critique it.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
So, would you agree that it seems odd that poor people find it really hard to find one heart donor, one suitable heart donor, and yet there's more than one multi-millionaire billionaires that have had multiple heart donors? And this is only a hypothesis. Would you think that that indicates a possible connection to the organ harvesting shit that goes on in all these different countries?
I don't, because no one has had several heart transplants. You've brought up two names that I've debunked, and you agree with me. So you haven't.
You didn't say I agree.
George Soros and David Rockefeller have not had heart transplants ever.
Rockefeller's had 6. Soros has had.
Soros had none. Okay, hold on. Let me see.
Which is just opinions of other people on the internet. There's plus, if they had, would they be out there? Considering the amount of media control. Hold on, this is another hypothesis that goes off as a little tangent. The control they have over the media, do you think there'd be official stories that admit it? Do you think they'd allow those stories out there?
There are no heart transplants. I cannot find
that it would rouse suspicion.
I cannot find any heart transplant information about anyone having any of these multi-billionaires having neither one nor any heart transplants. So until you show me that the harvesting has some kind of a end product like all these hearts, then I can have a discussion with you. But until you show me that what you're saying is not just made up, then we might as well just have a discussion about made up shit.
Now I accept what you're saying there in your intellectual analysis of what I'm saying. That's fair enough. Yeah. But would you also agree that they can hide this shit behind patient confidentiality, because they can't publish this stuff because it's private medical information? So they'd never be able. It would be impossible.
Well, then how would you know about it if it's private medical information?
Because it does stem from rumours, which has probably come from people in the hospitals that have witnessed how many times these people.
That's probably, you're saying probably from the people in the hospital. Yeah. You see, it's just getting weaker and weaker. You're getting less and less convincing.
That's why, Sydney, that I've said to you, I trust your own instinct. Because when you look at these people, you can look at pictures of Soros from 15, 20 years ago, and he looked ill. His eyes were bulging, bags under his eyes. He looked like he was having liver complaints, kidney complaints, all sorts. He lasted, well, he's still fucking going now. He's only just signed out of politics. Not just going, not just living. Not like, oh, I'm hanging in, but I'm retiring. They've still been active game players in all this stuff. right? Rockefeller, the same kind of dude. There's a fucking video from him in the 90s, early 2000s, where he looks ill as fuck, and he's still been going. And this is what I say, where at the end of the day, we've got to ask questions. Basic question: what source of truth can we trust? Well, I struggle with that. I don't know. I don't trust Wikipedia. I don't trust Snopes. I don't trust fucking BBC. You know, you can list a list of stuff that I don't trust none of them. Because
Yeah,
I'm
well,
like
where do you
yourself,
get
I
your
like
information from then?
question. Exactly. That's where it boils down to. The only view I can trust is myself. Take as much as the information in as you can, and then trust yourself.
Yeah, but your conclusion that you're presenting to me doesn't add up.
But that's not my conclusion, really. That's
Well,
just
your conclusion is that the human organ harvesting oil industry is very corrupt because they produce 12 hearts for billionaires, and the poor people they can't even find one. That's what you're saying.
okay. So let's break that down. Do you agree there is a organ harvesting?
I have no idea.
So
I can't disagree or agree or disagree. I don't know.
I think we all know there's a black market. It's been well documented.
Well, I don't watch the news, I guess.
Oh, come on, you're being awkward.
I'm saying I don't know about this organ harvesting. It's not something I am familiar with, so I can't argue. I can argue against it, but I can't argue that it. I can't argue for its existence.
So you've never heard stories where people wake up in an ice bath and they've had a kidney removed?
No, they're just
You've never
stories.
heard
They're
stories.
stories. I guess they're stories, right? Just like you said.
Oh, come on. I feel guilty now because I seem to have killed your panel. They've all run off.
That's okay. Okay. I'm having a comfortable conversation with my old mate.
But I'm trying to have one with you, but you're being awkward. You're making it confrontational, and I was hoping it'd just be a back and forth, like, look, Sydney, this is what I think. What do you think? You know, respectfully. Like, I'm genuinely asking you what you think. I don't know the answer.
Yeah, but if you're asking me for what I think, and I tell you what I think, then don't interrupt me while I'm telling you what I think. That's all.
That's fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough. But I hope you know I'm genuinely asking you what you think, so I care about what you think, not just because I'm going to come in here and I'm going to show people that I know something that this guy don't. It's like, no, that's not.
Well, I'd like to learn stuff that I don't know,
No.
but it has to be factual, not fiction.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm really getting at, Sydney. Is like, what are your trusted sources of it, mate? And I'm asking that as a lost person. I'm not trying to trip you up or anything. That's like, I am struggling for places to go for trustworthy information.
About what?
So where do you go for yours? Because I'm lost. I'll be
well,
honest.
I have many.
Fucking clue.
There are many content creators that I do follow and look and watch every single day, but it depends on what their specific area is. I watch people who are talking about the war in Ukraine, and then I watch people who talk about science and sometimes psychiatry, and I always try and watch if there's a space launch of any kind, I'm always into that, watching that. Like, can you be more specific? Where do I get my information about what?
No, it's hard to be that specific because I'm in the full range of things like you, and I just find it hard to know.
I get some of my information from Twitter, which I can't get on YouTube.
Yeah. And I guess that's my kind of point. That when I make my opinions, which is very rare, because basically I'm just meandering out I'm still floating. I take all this information on, and I might form a leaning to one conclusion, but I'm never firm on that conclusion. It's like the jab. I lean towards the jab was not a good thing to take.
Yeah.
But I could still be brought back to thinking if someone gives me the right information, I could still change my mind on that. The moon landing, I'm pretty fucking sure it happened, but I can understand some of the doubts. And then it takes someone to show me counter information to allay them doubts. And I just think a questioning mind's an open mind, and an open mind's a good thing to have.
I do agree with you, but once something is a certainty and you've dismissed it because it's obviously it doesn't fit. So if something doesn't fit, you throw it away. But you don't do that. You don't do that. If something doesn't fit, you still hold on to it, right?
No.
Hell yeah.
I do flex with the information as I receive it. I don't just hold on to, I want to believe this.
Yeah, it sounds to me like you do.
It sounds to me like you do, though.
Well, that's not a informative response to my statement.
But your statement wasn't an informative statement to my assertion. What I told you was the same as what you told me.
No, it isn't. I read to you. I read to you from Quora information, and I verified it. On Wikipedia.
You know that's just people on the internet. People ask a question on Quora, and anyone can answer.
There are many answers, and if you go to the page, there are many answers. Yeah. I read you the first one.
Yeah.
And there were many answers supporting the first one.
I would like to think that you've got a more substantial, like the medical research authority or the scientific research literature.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. You're asking for too much. I've given you the simple answer, and now you're asking to go more complex. That doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make any sense.
Even Wikipedia is more vetted than Quora. You know what I mean?
But I don't know what you mean.
Score points with you. I'm not trying to score points with you. I'm just.
But you shouldn't reject everything that comes your way.
I'm not rejecting.
You reject everything that is
weak arguments.
You reject rational arguments. You reject rational arguments.
But you're saying that, but that's not
true. But you do. You do.
Rational arguments, I take them on board. I really do.
No, you don't. You don't. I present rational arguments to you all the time, and you never, ever, ever agree with my rational.
Let's go down this argument, right? Do you agree? Let me lay the premise out first, without you jumping in, right? So
okay.
Would you agree? So I'm asking you. I'm not asserting. I'm asking you. Would you agree that when they offered us all the jab, they admitted it doesn't stop you catching it, doesn't stop you passing it on, and it doesn't stop you dying from it. It might reduce your symptoms if you catch COVID.
Yes.
Let's start on that premise. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that.
So it doesn't stop you catching it, doesn't stop you spreading it, doesn't necessarily stop you dying from it, but it might, only it might, reduce your symptoms.
Okay. Yeah.
So therefore, how does forcing anybody to take that jab stop the spread of COVID? Because they're admitting it doesn't stop you catching it, doesn't stop you spreading it. It just might relieve your symptoms.
Okay, so the simple answer is that once you catch it, and your symptoms are not as bad as like they could be without the jab, then you build up antibodies to that particular strain of COVID, and the next time you get it, you'll have antibodies to a certain extent, and you'll be able to fight it off much quicker. I got COVID a second time, and I got it in the evening, and it was gone sort of by the morning. So
possibly. That's true.
Yeah. Right. No, I know exactly. I know exactly what it feels like to get COVID. You just get so tired, and I did when I got it for the first time. I just went and lay down.
I've never had the jab and I've never had COVID, so I wouldn't know. But would you agree that it's scientifically consensus now that natural immunity lasts longer and is stronger
Of
than the
course.
jab immunity?
Well, maybe, but I don't think this is a jab immunity. You said it reduces the symptoms, but it doesn't give you immunity.
No, well, yeah,
You just said jab gives you immunity, and it doesn't.
no, but it gives you immunity, not immunity from catching it or passing it on. It gives you immunity from the symptoms.
No, it doesn't give you immunity. You still catch it.
Right? There's
But
a
your
guy-
your symptoms are
aware
there's no
you
such thing as
aware-
immunity. Let me finish. You still catch it, but your symptoms aren't as strong or as bad.
your symptoms, yeah, totally agree with that. Do you know how viruses work? Right, viruses work by they get on you, basically. That's you've caught it. It's on you. It's on your skin. It's up your nostrils. It's in your flesh, in your mouth, wherever. You've caught it.
It's
right?
wherever they live. Yeah.
Yeah. Where now, if you have symptoms of it, then that's one thing for you personally, right? Now, the fact that those things are on you and living in you, you've caught it, right?
Okay.
Now, you can still spread it and have no symptoms, yeah? Now, this goes
I guess. Yeah. I guess. I don't
This
know.
goes for the jab and natural immunity as well. They're both the same. You can have natural immunity where you'll get it and have no symptoms, but you've still got it on your skin. If you touch someone or breathe in someone's face that hasn't got immunity, they're going to get ill. So I get that part.
Well, I know someone who didn't get jabbed at all, and got COVID, and recovered just like anybody else.
Yeah. It happened to 95, 97% of the population.
Yeah.
It was only the weak and infertile. My mum worked in a care home with
Yeah.
elderly people. They lost less people during COVID than they did every other year before COVID. Work that
Wow.
one out. Yeah. Weird as fuck. Totally went against all the statistics. That was because they were being more hygienic. They were cleaning themselves more. They were spreading less germs from one room to the other. It was a care home where they're semi sort of independent.
Mm.
They're not all infirm. That they can get up, they can walk in and out of the care home if they want and go on holiday or whatever. That it's like a respite care home.
Mm-hmm.
And because of COVID, the hygiene levels went up. So they were cleaning their hands more. Every time they touched one patient, they'd wash their hands. Whereas before COVID, they used to deal with one patient, maybe rub their hands a bit and deal with the next patient. So they were spreading germs. What they didn't realise is they were spreading germs before and making them ill. Do you see what I'm saying? Things aren't always as clear cut. But then you've got certain care homes where they had a good hygiene regime, but then some of their patients caught COVID, and then our government forced the hospitals to release them back into the care home. So you're now taking someone that you know you've got COVID, and the government are telling them, get them off the ward, free the bed up on the ward, because we're in an emergency, stick them back in the care home. Everyone else in that care home was clear of COVID until they put that person back in the ward. And then guess what happened? Oh, COVID starts spreading through the ward. And then people start dying.
Yeah.
Great for the press, because the press can then say, oh, look, COVID's attacking all the old people. If you want to save an old person, take the vaccine. But hold on, we've already decided, we've already worked out that the vaccine don't stop us catching it and don't stop us spreading it. So how is me taking the vaccine stopping me infecting an elderly relative? You see how they call it the appeal to authority and the appeal to emotion. It's to get people to comply to certain things.
Okay, what I don't understand is, COVID hasn't been a thing for like a year, maybe two, almost, at least a year. Why are you putting such a putting an emphasis on COVID and your trust levels, etc., etc. Why COVID specifically?
Right.
Now that it's not, now that it's over. I mean, it's over.
Because to me, it's the pinnacle thing that everyone wants to conveniently forget about now, that demonstrably demonstrates people's appeal to authority.
Yeah, we know that, but it's like I say, it's old news.
No, but it's not old news because it hasn't been dealt with. You know, when we went through the Second World War and the Nazis were experimenting on Jews, and then we all come up with this saying, let us never forget. Let's never forget. Let's never forget what all those war fucking veterans and heroes died for to stop.
All right.
Right? They died to stop this shit happening. And what did we all do? The minute someone fucking threw a mask in the air and said, oh, panic, everyone panicked and forgot. That's what we did. We forgot. And it's no coincidence that COVID come about. There's like 40 or 50 veterans that survived the Second World War that are still alive. Do you think it's accidental that they waited for all these veterans to die before bringing this shit out? Because they knew all them veterans.
Oh man, you're.
Oh, Don.
Hold on. There's conspiracy theories coming out of you now.
It's not a conspiracy theory. That's an observation. Did or did not all the World War II veterans, most of them had died off by the time COVID happened? Yes, they did.
I don't know. Yes, let's say yes. Okay, so what?
They had died off.
Okay.
There's about 4 left now from the Second World War. I mean, it is, what was it, 1939?
Yeah, they'd be in their 90s or 150s or whatever.
Most of them have died off, yeah. Right?
Okay, so what's the point?
And what did everyone do? They followed orders. What happened in the Nuremberg?
Hold on, what do you mean, what did everyone do? They followed orders. I don't get it.
Right. The nurse.
Hold on a second. The people have died off. I got it. Okay, so most of the World War veterans had died off.
Hold on, that's a good question. What were they doing following orders? And
who was following orders?
No, I said they're following orders.
Who?
You said who was following orders?
Yeah, who's following orders?
Yeah, who was following orders? The nurses and that were making videos saying we're being forced to put these people on ventilators by our fucking ward. I can't remember the terminology. It was the ward doctor, whoever's in charge of each ward. They've changed the hierarchy now. In fact, that was something that come up during COVID, is the fact that you don't have ward sisters anymore, where one person is in charge of one ward. You get a rolling rota of about 7 people. They can be in charge of one ward 1 minute, another ward another minute. I mean, that's something that needs looking into, because no one's taking responsibility for what happens on each ward. They're sharing the blame between about 8 or 9 doctors. I mean, when you had a sister that had a ward, she knew my ward's going to run this way because it's my head on the block. Now you're sharing wards amongst 7, 8, 9 different doctors. They can also, I can have a night off tonight and just be lazy.
How do you know all this? I mean, is this common knowledge somewhere?
I've got a cousin that works in the fucking medical industry, and my mom works in the care industry, which has a lot to do, old people care, which has a lot of connections with the hospital.
Yeah.
The doctors that were every death in my mum and dad's, my mum's care home, every death used to have a doctor come out, certify it, do a few basic checks, make sure the person don't show signs of poisoning or anything dodgy. Right, all that shit stopped during COVID. Everything was just put down to COVID. A mass murderer's fucking wet dream. This COVID was. Right. Anyway, that is touching conspiracy. I'm just saying the possibility.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I mean, Fauci, the guy who ran the lab in Wuhan, the American guy, he's dodgy with all his explanations, which don't make sense.
Yeah, and his financial connections to the big pharma.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what I'm saying to you, Sydney. I mean, I'm not looking for an argument. I'm just looking for please.
No, you're
tell
pointing
me.
it out. You're pointing it out,
Yeah.
and I don't disagree with you.
Fair play then. Good, good.
But
It's
that,
not a win or lose. It's,
yeah.
it's
Oh
just
no, no,
let's
you
try
lose.
and get
You
through
and
the
I, we lose. Those in power win.
They're the rules of the game. Yeah, yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
So how's your drink doing?
Oh, it's gone. But I'm hanging in here for you, Sydney. So I feel bad for scaring everyone else off.
Oh man, you don't have to feel
All
bad
got a
for
bit
that.
heavy. All got heavy though when I joined, mate. You got to stop going at me. I'm not here to have a go at you, mate.
Well, you got to get.
I think you think that I'm like fucking, what was it, Bulldog and that lot that are just here for fucking.
Don't be like Bulldog.
I don't even have nothing to do with any of that.
Right, stay away. No, don't stay away from. They're okay.
Benny the Ball was all right, but then Benny's a ball, so you can.
I haven't seen Benny for a million years.
I seen him about a year ago, and he's still the trolling ball, letting people think he is whatever they want him to be.
Yeah.
You know, that mystique in it is a yellow ball. You can project your own personality onto him. You know what I mean? I remember Holly Baglio thought he was a wonderful guy that, you know, he's a saviour in this, and then other people think he's the devil. It just depends what you project on.
Is Holly Bagley still around? I haven't seen her for a while.
She's done a few live. I haven't seen anything recently.
Yeah. I'm not aware that she even has a channel.
Yeah, Holly Baglio. It's called Holly Baglio. She does a lot of. I don't take this the wrong way. I mean her no harm, but she does a lot of lives where she's just like walking round her house, ranting and raving at the camera.
Yeah. She hasn't
it can be a
changed.
little, yeah, she hasn't changed at all. No, it's under the surface still. I've not seen the madness from years ago.
Yeah.
But you can tell it's still like there under the surface. You're just waiting for that opportunity to come out, that trigger.
Well, that's a good topic for another conversation for sure. Because I'd like to catch up with Holly. She hasn't been around. I haven't seen her around for so long.
Do you know what, Sydney? I think she'd welcome you going over there.
No, I wouldn't go over there.
Go live in a while.
I wouldn't go over there. I'd welcome her here though.